much better. This episode went just so much better, and a lot of it had to do obviously with knowing the filming time and just everything. We were able to really take the last episode, what we learned from that, and build a better base for this filming. There's a couple of thoughts that I have, so I'm excited about that, and I hope that everybody that I asked to be on my show, they want to come on the show and they want to be a part of it. And what I look forward to is I look forward to the growth of the show. I look forward to growing in this position. This is so new for me. I'll be honest, I feel a little bit out of my comfort zone, just a little bit, as a host in a sense. That's not really my background, but I was just saying today to my mom that I feel that obviously the uncomfortable feeling is that's where you grow in life. So whatever that is. And in this case, I think it's just such a great growth element for what I want to do. Well, actually, I would love their suggestions. If they want to give me suggestions, leave your comments below in the box. I'll read it. I'm so involved. I think what I want people to know is how involved I am in everything, from the lipsticks to the YouTube channel to the pop-ups that I'm doing. I am incredibly involved in everything. I have such a creative mind, and I just want people to know that. That's really important to me. But I would love to hear your suggestions. Let me know what you think in terms of the length of the show, the content of the show, just the setup of the show. I'm open to hearing it all. This is such a special episode. I am so excited to have my mom here. She's so excited.
Hi,
She's so excited. How about I tell you guys this? She actually, can I say? She doesn't like to be in front of the camera that often. Yeah. She gets a little shy. Why don't we tell everybody why you don't like to be in front of the camera?
Oh, I just don't like it. I don't like all the attention.
Never did?
No, never.
Okay. Well, okay. We're gonna keep it rolling forward. So, but I'm also really excited because we're cooking Puerto Rican food tonight. That's what we decided to do.
That's right.
So, let's get right into it.
Are you gonna tell them what we're making? Or?
Yes, we're gonna be making
in Spanish and English.
In English, okay. Estamos cocinando arroz con gandules.
No, we're not. Habichuelas.
Arroz con habichuelas, empanadas, plátanos
maduros y arroz blanco. Now in English.
So we're making white rice with beans, plátanos,
plantain,
empanadas. And of course, the ever-present toast here, Mom.
Glass of Prosecco.
I love you so much. Thank you for being my second guest.
I love you.
Here we have the ingredients for the night of what we're gonna make. So, Mom, do you want to go over some of this with everybody?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so we have. Well, first of all, we're gonna make empanadas. So we've got our organic ground beef. Leyna prefers that. We have our cilantro, our olives. Okay, so onion. So that's for it's kind of like a picadillo. And then we're gonna make rice, but we're gonna make it in a rice cooker. And these are the empanada little discs. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Here's our sweet plantains. We're gonna use some potatoes for our beans. Here are beans. Here's sofrito. Now normally we don't use this. My mom doesn't use that. She makes her own sofrito. Mm-hmm. And normally we don't make rice in a rice cooker. We make it on the stove in a pot, old school way. But for the sake of time, we're gonna use a rice cooker today.
Perfect. So let's get started.
I don't like the edges of the garlic,
Oh, I don't either.
Oh, I gotta turn it on. Oh my gosh!
Okay, cool. So I chopped up the garlic.
Okay.
Excuse me.
And then the onion, and then some cilantro too, please.
Okay, my hands. They need to see the nails, honey. And by the way, I want to make a little side note. If you watched my last episode, you remember that there was a wilted bottle of oil. We got a new oil right here. New canola.
Don't repeat what you did to the last one.
We're not going to do that again. Put hot oil back into the plastic.
I'm embarrassed to even hear that.
There's nothing like a fresh chopped onion.
Yeah, right?
Love the way that smells.
So good.
So delish. So while Mom is prepping the meat, I'm gonna chop away. And I'm gonna do it the way my grandma's taught me over the years, which makes it super easy, right?
She does it really fast though in her hand.
Yeah.
And then she like, I don't know, she does this little twist of the wrist.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nana. I love you.
Love you, Nana.
Contigo la distancia. That's our little song. That's our thing.
So you want me to put this garlic in here?
Yeah, we can put the garlic in there. I'm chopping onion. Then you'll season it. I'll add the red hot pepper flakes. We're gonna make it spicy.
Jonathan, prepárate. She loves them red hot pepper flakes, man. We're using some adobo, Goya.
Smells delish already. So do you remember Nana cooking a lot when you were little, Mom?
Yeah, we used to eat all the time. But she used to make something that I didn't like. Like she used to make this dish with rice and these black things.
What?
Like calamari? Calamari
Oh,
black,
squid.
right? Squid.
Yeah. Ooh.
Ooh, Papa liked it. So that was like a pizza night. Can I have pizza?
And what they say?
She used to say no, but then we'd go to Dad. They're like, Dad, can we have money for pizza? Oh, sure. And then Mommy, yo le dije que van a comer aquí. ¿Qué pizza ni qué pizza?
Oh my gosh. This was circa the 70s in the Bronx.
Yeah.
70s in the Bronx.
For sure.
Super cool. Wish I had been there.
Oh, you want to throw a little Mexican in it?
We'll toss a little Mexican for my Mexican side.
We'll pay homage to your little Mexican side. Como la flor.
Con tanto amor. That's so good because I think in every episode we'll have a little bit of music. We'll pull out the microphone, a little bit of singing.
Let's sing, yeah.
Maybe my mom will do her Cher impersonation later.
Oh, listen, that's by request only.
So, but what about Abuela Nica when you would go to Puerto Rico? What about her cooking when she would cook?
Oh yeah, she cooked good too. But you know what she used to make me that I used to love? The maduros.
Oh, perfect.
And the last time I saw her before she passed away, it was in Puerto Rico, and I walked in and she said, Lola, te hago maduros, mamita. And I felt so bad because she was sick, you know? And I said, no, abuela, that's okay, don't worry about it. And she said, no, te voy a hacer maduro, porque yo sé que a ti te gusta. I know that you like it.
Yeah.
So she did, and they were the best. And that was my last thing that she made for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a sweet memory.
But I always remember like the coffee in the morning and her playing solitaire. She was like a big solitaire player.
Okay. Very nice.
Okay, so I'm gonna put this in the skillet.
Mom, hold on 1 second. It's right there, and I don't know where you put the fly swatter.
Where's there?
Hold on. Oh gosh. Why? I almost had him. Oh, he's on your head. He's
Okay.
on your head.
Let me tell you what, girl. Don't even.
Mom, how I wish I could.
Go ahead, do it. Do it. Wait, away from the skillet.
Let's move it this way because I don't want people to get grossed out.
Okay, go ahead. Do it. Go. Ah! Is it dead? Oh.
Got it? What? That's hilarious. Wow. We got that all on film too.
I will wash my hands again, I promise.
That's hilarious.
All right.
Say it, Mom, say it. We're cooking with Crisco.
We're cooking with Crisco. Yes. There it is. Smells good. So we're gonna wash my hands again.
Yes, ma'am.
Hand cleanliness is very important.
Absolute. So I actually was looking at the meat, and I think it needs a little bit more. Look at this.
Oh, okay.
Looks a little bit bare.
Gabe said you got 5 minutes away.
Oh, is
Okay,
it?
cool.
Yeah, I told him what to punch in.
Okay, thank you, girl.
You're welcome. I told him to be quiet.
When he walks in?
Yeah.
Everybody's coming over to Casa de Leyna. It's an impromptu night. As a matter of fact, it is an impromptu night because... Are we rolling? Okay, it is an impromptu night because this time last week, This time last week, we didn't know you'd be my second guest.
Right.
This time, I mean, I just had no idea. The way this all worked out with my best friend being here, with you being here, now my cousin's coming over. It is very impromptu.
Oh my gosh, Mom, this smells so good. Right? Super delicious. So we have the potatoes and beans going, the meat going, and while that's going, I'm gonna do something super impromptu.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring Tiffany over.
Do it.
Hi, Tiffany.
Long time no see.
Tiffany is my best friend of nearly 20 years, which doesn't even feel possible to say that, but it's so true. We met in high school in Virginia, Fredericksburg, Virginia. Shout out to everybody watching in Fredericksburg. And we were, we went to high school together, and we were like inseparable. Tiffany and I've been talking lately about, we're trying to remember how was it that we started being friends. You have a memory. What is it?
You were new to school, and as small as I am, I'm kind of a little abrasive with certain things. And I noticed that some girls were creating a little bit of a problem for you, and I was not okay with that. So I kind of stepped in, and
And the rest is history.
yeah.
And remember when we used to always sing in the bathroom at your sister
Amazing
Alana, right? When
Grace.
she played basketball, right? Alana played basketball. Shout out to Alana. And we would sing Amazing Grace in the bathroom. That was so cool. And we were both big, and still are, big Mariah Carey fans. She named her daughter after Mariah Carey, my goddaughter. And so yeah, this is like my sister. I love you so much, girl. So much. So this is gonna be the first time that you've ever had Puerto Rican food, right?
No. It wouldn't be the first time, but I love Puerto Rican food. I had a friend that was Puerto Rican, and his mom would be.
Who's this friend? I don't know this one.
His name was Chris. Do you remember Greg?
Yeah.
It was his best friend.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
so we would go over there, and so I'm really excited. It's been a long time.
My moment. Look who's making an appearance, Desi Pazzy. Oh, my pupper loppers, you're so cute.
Hey, you're not being a good sous chef, you know?
My puppers. I'm gonna wash my hands again. Don't want the world to think I'm nasty.
Oh, you know what we forgot?
What?
We forgot the sazon.
What?
What? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On our
Good.
supermarket
Good job,
run.
Mom. Good job.
It's not Puerto Rican food.
I don't even know what
I
it is.
know, right? This is not a Puerto Rican kitchen. This is why.
It's not. It's a Puerto Rican Mexican
Fiasco.
mess. Okay.
Okay.
I get scared with the hot water.
Why? It's not hot. It's not even on yet.
What's
It's
up? What's enough?
That ain't.
Jackson Bear,
I'll
knock
tell
it
you when to
off.
stop. I'll tell you when to stop. I'll tell you when to stop.
That's enough. Mom. Mom.
Okay, that's enough.
Oh my gosh.
Well, you want to be able to cover
Oh
it.
my gosh.
When they go to tell me that I'm working with America Ferrera, I say, oh my God. You ever seen Angela Johnson?
Yeah.
What was it like working with America Ferrera? And they were asking her stuff in Spanish, and she was like, I don't speak Spanish. So they were like, okay, just try. She was like, try? I've been trying since I was 12. And she still can't speak Spanish. But she married a Puerto Rican, that's so funny.
Did you get a shot of this? This looks scrumptious, diddly-umptious.
Oh yeah. I got
Did
it.
you? This looks.
Oh, now with that. Now with the
No, you
olive.
didn't.
Now with the olive.
Let's get it.
You're supposed to be doing the empanadas. What are you doing?
Making sure the beauty is captured. That's what I'm doing.
You gotta mix this up, girl. You know, you gotta get like olives and other people's bites too, not just yours.
Okay.
My daughter's a little selfish, you know, she's an only child. She never learned how to share.
Let's do it like this.
Is that what she did?
Not all the way, but I'm gonna kind of do my own thing too. But I saw her do that.
Now we're gonna have soggy empanadas. That's enough water, man.
Okay, okay.
Oh, okay, here, this is your
Okay,
deal.
let me try this here.
Okay. Gabe's here. Come give us a kiss.
My cousin is here. He's popped in to say hello. This is my cousin Gabe.
You always look so good.
Thank you.
Such a strong man.
Say hi to the YouTube people.
Hello. Oh my gosh, I'm so hungry.
Perfect.
Are you? Good, I'm glad.
Okay.
Gotta make little teeth.
That's right.
Like
That's
we're making
right.
little pastries.
That's the way you do it.
If my sister Jo was here,
Titi Yaya, shout out to Titi Yaya.
Hi Titi Yaya, she could knock these things out
She
in
can.
2 seconds flat.
She can.
Oh, look how cute that is. I hope it tastes good.
Should taste good. I made it.
Oh, that's why I'm saying.
Oh
We
yeah.
just got our new distribution facility.
Oh, awesome.
So East LA, so it's really dope.
Yeah, that's your new hood, right?
Yeah.
How do you like that?
I like it. It's dope.
Like where Boyle Heights or
Yeah,
what?
exactly.
Are you serious?
Uh-huh.
Boyle Heights is where I did my first musical recordings on the West Coast.
Shout out to
My
Boyle
demo-
Heights.
Shout out to Boyle Heights. Yeah,
Boyle
I worked
Heights
with
in
my
the
first
house.
studio recording experience in California was in Boyle Heights. Part of the reason why I
Well,
wanted
I
to
do know
do
the person who
a
owns the
channel,
company,
not only so
so-
that people could have a chance
I
to get
mean,
to know me better,
Yeah, they sell it.
but I wanted to do something in the kitchen because I'm not a good cook, and I
We don't
knew that.
distribute
But I
for her
have a
anymore,
true
so
desire
I
to
don't
want to
really
learn
know
how to
what
cook
they're
more,
about.
get
So
better
then
with
I
it,
could always-
explore more,
I would
and
know
so
where to
I
find
figured
it,
this
so.
is the best way to do it, being thrown into the kitchen and learning, even during trial and error.
Okay, come on with me.
I
I want to learn how to make.
I feel like I have hair on my face. Do I have a piece of hair on there?
No. He can't tell you. He's like all the way down there.
I know, but it bothers my face. I feel like I have something like right there.
Well,
like a
you
piece of hair.
don't. Can you get, please? She gets so distracted. You don't, though. You don't.
Tiffany, do I have a piece of hair right here on my face?
No, but you have a little bit of.
We just have the platanos cooking right now. We'll turn them over here in a little bit. I've actually never made platanos before. This is my first time. So I'm learning something new today. I think there's enough for everybody to have one empanada, which I don't know, that's kind of tight. It's kind of tight. Oh, I love you. This looks delish. I can't wait to try it. And we are going to toast to that with a new bottle of Prosecco. And we will sit down now and talk a little bit serious.
Can you put a little bit more in there?
Sure.
It's so cheap. All this work I did.
There you go. Perfect. Oh, wait, hold up.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Yeah. Think about me too.
Yes. Yes. Prost.
Prost. Mom, I'm so excited to have you here. Let's toast again to you being my second guest.
Prost.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And this October marks 11 years of your fight.
Mm-hmm.
What can you say? I mean, looking back on the 11 years, what's your first thought? Thinking about your fight?
It's been a long time, and I'm getting tired.
Yeah.
That's my first thought.
Yeah.
But then I think it's been a long time, and by the grace of God, I'm still here. So it's a good thing, but I am getting tired.
Yeah. And I think most people just, they look at you, right? And they think, oh, you look good. You get that a lot.
Right, I do.
And how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel like, yeah, I look good on the outside, but people don't know what happens behind the scenes when I'm at home by myself and all the stuff that I go through medically. They just see me when I'm, put together and I go out. So they don't really know what's going on. So when they say you look good, I know they mean well, but it's almost like an insult because I don't feel well. But I know they mean well, and I know that they're just trying to make me feel better. But
Do you feel like it kind of diminishes a little bit of what you're...
it does, because sometimes I feel like people think, well, she looks good, so it can't be that bad.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of people don't know what kind of breast cancer you have, a lot of the details. We've never really talked about that. You've never really talked about that.
Right.
So let's share a little bit more about what type of breast cancer you have.
Okay, so I have hormone estrogen receptor positive breast cancer, which means that my estrogen feeds the cancer. So in order to slow that whole progression down, they give me estrogen blockers. So it's like your own body kind of attacking you.
Right. And let's also tell them how you found out.
originally back in 2007, how that happened.
Oh, I had come back from a long run and I was in the shower and I dropped the soap. And when I went to pick up the soap, I picked it up and I brushed my left breast and I felt a lump. So it wasn't like a mammogram found or anything. I found it myself.
What was your thought in that moment?
Well, my first thought was like it's a little cyst because my older sister, your titi Nan, she has cysts and she's had them removed. So I just thought I must be like her. It's a cyst.
There's 3 dates that I remember, and everything else is kind of a blur.
Mm-hmm.
When you told me you had it,
Mm-hmm.
in October of 2007, in January of 2009 when you told me it metastasized to your bones, in March, or I think it was actually April 1st when you told of 2015 when you told me it metastasized to your liver, and everything else is just, you know, I remember it, but those are so profound, and on every date I remember exactly where I was.
And I think
you know?
every time it got harder. Like the first time it was pretty easy to tell you because I thought I'm going to beat this. This is going to be fine. You know, they were like, if this comes back again, it'll be like 15 years down the road, you know. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I got time. So I'm not going to worry about it. And then it was like 9 months down the line and it was in my bones. And I was like, how am I going to tell Leyna? You know, now it's out there. And then when it went to my liver, it was even worse. It was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to tell Leyna about that? My angst in my heart and everything has always been about you, not about me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love you. So, well, you're the reason why I just love you so much, and you inspire me so much, and so much of what I do, I do it for you. So the other part that I'm so proud about is the fact that you're a retired Marine. I love that part, and everybody who I share that with, they're so impressed, you know. And I always love to. I want to talk about that. I mean, I know, but you know, people don't know when you joined the Marine Corps, why you joined the Marine Corps, and what that was like when you joined in the 80s.
Yeah. So I joined in the 80s, and my reason for joining was basically, as sad as it sounds. Well, I love the Marine Corps. I love the uniform. That was the first thing that attracted me to which service I was going to go to. But the reason why I joined the Marine Corps was to get out of my house because of my dad, because he was an alcoholic. And I just wanted to get out of there. I wanted to get out of New York. And that's why I joined. That's the main reason why I joined. But then after that, it turned into like a lifelong thing. And I loved it. And I wanted to stay in and make a career out of it.
I never asked you this because I get asked this all the time. What was your favorite duty station?
Germany.
Okay, me too.
Yeah, that was the best because I got to see so much over there.
And I remember when you told me we were going to Germany, that call.
Yeah.
I wasn't happy.
No, she wasn't happy.
I wasn't happy about that.
She was like, oh my God.
Because all I could think about was high school. You know,
Yeah.
I was just starting my freshman year. Oh, no, sophomore year. And all I could think about was like, oh my God, you know, just all the moving we did. We did so much moving. But I'm so thankful for that now. The Marine Corps has shaped my life in a great way. And I'm thankful for the opportunities that it's given me through you. And you've always told me that I would never make it in the Marine Corps, right?
Yeah, I did.
You've always told me, yeah.
I was like, she was like, do you think I would make it in the Marine Corps? I was like, no. Because I don't believe in lying to children, you know? I don't believe in all this. You can do whatever you want, baby. You can be anything you want to be. No. She would have started crying the first time they got in her face, spit flying all over the place. She would have been like, oh my gosh, I got spit on my skin.
We have such a close relationship.
We do.
And I would say it's probably closer than most,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You know, we've talked
And as
about
I've
that.
gotten older, I've like told you things, and you're like, oh my gosh, I never knew that.
Looking back now, what do you think about the path that I've chosen as an entrepreneur? It's so different than the path that you chose, you know?
Right.
And I know in my earlier 20s, you know, when I was doing the acting thing and the singing thing, you know, it stressed you out, I think, that whole thing of the
Yeah.
uncertainty about things. But now as an entrepreneur and the way things have panned out, what do you think as a mother?
Well, for me, it's scary. Like I've told you before, if it were me, I couldn't do it. I would have been like, oh my gosh. You can't do this. But I think that today's society is different than when I grew up in the 70s and the 80s. Everything was like a sure thing. You're gonna get a job, or you're gonna get married, you're gonna have kids, you're gonna, get your little house or whatever. And for me, it was the Marine Corps. When I was gonna stay in the Marine Corps, I was gonna retire, I was gonna get a pension. Everything was like set, And for me, uncertainty is like, that's scary to me.
Right.
So, I worry about that. But, it's your decision, it's your life, it's your career. And I'm proud of all the things that you've done, I can't believe it, all the stuff that you've accomplished so far.
Well, your support has been bar none. I love you so much. I mean, you never doubted for a second. The moment I told you I wanted to create a lipstick line inspired by you.
Yeah.
And I think most people that are going to be watching this, they know that. So I love this moment. Finally, I've talked about you.
Right.
I've talked about the story, but now we're talking.
Yeah.
And what did you think about when I wanted to create the lipstick line for you?
Yeah. Oh, I thought, wow, I can. And I'm wearing café con leche, by the way, just to let you know. But I thought it was great because I could wear lipstick again. Somebody that was curating something for me, with me in mind. So that was nice.
And you've been in my corner every second. Everything I've endured, all the bad, all the good.
Yeah.
I mean, think of all the times I've called you, Mom, you're not going to believe this.
Right.
Oh my gosh, and just every email, every phone call, every meeting, people don't know. They don't typically know all that has gone into this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just try to listen to her, even if she tells me the same story 50,000 times. I'm like, it's fresh and new. I'm like, oh, okay, well, and I try to give sound advice. Because, the worst thing to hear is, I've already heard this. How many times are you going to talk about this?
And you never told me that.
Yeah.
I've told you that. I was like, Mom, you never tell me. You've already told me this.
Yeah.
And what do I say? I'm like, Mom, see, this is why I can't lose you.
Because
who else is going to let me vent like this?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I love you.
I love you. What are you doing?
I just put up my phone.
We're ready. Waiting on you.
No, that's good, Mom. This is what's going to endear people.
Okay, stop. Okay. Let's go.
I love your mom.
Hey! Y'all, background noise!
Alright, go ahead.
Inside voices, girls.
Do we gotta do that whole thing over again?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it over again. Okay. Now that's gonna bother me. There's a fly in here. Do you guys not see that?
I see it, but
Yes, just saw it.
That could be an issue. If at any point in time,
I mean, I can't really see when it flies by, but
Can we just get going?
okay.
Deal with it. Just roll with it.
I guess we'll put in the bubble. We'll say if there was a fly then behind the scenes.
Judge Judy always has a fly in her courtroom. Okay.
It was a trial and error, learned a lot, but I'm really excited about tonight. My mom is cut. My mom has like no emotion. She looks like
I don't like being in front
for
of
the camera.
Oh.
Can you tell? I didn't get that from her.
No, you didn't get it from your dad either. Where'd you get it from? That's another story. That's another YouTube episode.
This is such a special episode. I am so excited. This is good. This is blooper cuts. This is blooper reels. Okay. We didn't get to do this with Roxy because we ran so over time.
Okay, just go.
Okay.
I know that story.
we're rolling.
If you could do it over again, how many more kids would you have had?
None.
Favorite food to snack on in the middle of the night? Midnight snack.
Frosted Flakes.
I knew you were gonna say that. Cereal. I mean, I knew she was gonna say cereal.
Dry cereal. No milk. No milk. Just
Any hidden talents that I don't know about? Anything weird?
I can take my shoulder blades and make them stick out.
Can you really?
Yeah.
Ma, you never told me this.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. You wanna see?
I do. Oh my gosh, Shishi. Oh my, can you see that? Put your head down a little bit. I don't know if they can see that. That's so weird.
Okay. Love you, mean it.